Hey guys, welcome back to another Cold Culture automotive video. Today we're with Tommy's white Powerboost, and we're gonna be answering the question, is the moonroof worth it? First thing first, let's get a top-down view on this thing, see how it works. This part is open all the way, so that is what it looks like when it's open all the way up. Let's get inside here. Let's give you guys a look on how everything works. So here are the controls. Right here. This is gonna close the sunshade. I'm sorry, the window itself, not the shade. And then the one to the right of it will close the shade. So, gotta answer the question, is the moonroof worth it? Well, let's talk about the moonroof. So, I just showed you guys some of the controls about it. The controls work really well. They are not glitchy whatsoever. I know in previous F-150 models, they kind of paused and skipped almost. I don't know if skipped is the right word for that, but they kind of just were glitchy. You know, they didn't work quite the way you would want them to. And this model, it's super fluid. It's really nice. Another big thing I think a lot of people have concern with is like wind noise or anything like that. Believe it or not, I almost feel like it's quieter in here than the F-150 without it. I've only driven in a couple without it, so I, take that opinion loosely, but it does feel almost quieter in here, like they took more precaution to make sure there wouldn't be any wind noise, which is really nice. Now, something that a lot of people are scared of is if you look all the way back with the first gen Raptors that had the moonroof in them, well, back then it was more of a sunroof, they broke a lot. And then when the second gen Raptor came out, those broke a lot and were pretty much unfunctional. And the shades would work, but the actual opening of like the sunroof part of the moonroof, those would not work. So it would be either always open or always closed. A lot of people had problems with it. There's a lot of recalls on these items. That is, I think, on a lot of people's mind when thinking about getting the moonroof or not on their 2022 or 2023 F-150. Now, in my opinion, do I think that these are going to break again? Yes, I do. I think a certain amount of them are going to break, especially when you're looking at ones on Raptor models or models of F-150 that are going to be used very treacherously off-road, very rough off-roading. Yes, I do think that there is going to be a certain amount of these that are going to break. But do I think it's a big enough deal to sway your vote whether or not you should get one? Not really, because I think that having this in your vehicle really classes it up. It really makes it look extremely nice and just, I don't know, man. It's just bougie. It's high class feeling. It really classes up your F-150. Now, is it worth all the money to get one, or is it worth your truck possibly taking longer to get in if you're ordering one? That's where I'm gonna say no. So with having the moonroof, it is really nice. It does provide a nice open air experience, or at least, open air in the sense of like, you can see everything around you, kind of a safari experience, something that like the Range Rovers kind of had on their side mirrors on the Defenders. Yes, do I think that's all really nice? Yes, it's a nice driving through like the city and like being able to look up at the big old buildings and like skyscrapers and like the lights when you go by. Yeah, that's all pretty cool and stuff. Is it worth waiting for a truck, or is it worth it just in general? I don't really know, guys, because if you are the type of person who believes that you will be using it to its fullest potential, then yes, get it. Please get it and use it to its fullest potential. And when they have the recalls, just make sure you bring it in and it'll be fixed and you'll be all right. But if you're the type of person who's like, I'm just gonna get it to have it, I recommend you don't get it, because it will take your truck longer to get in if you are ordering it, and there will be probably some complications with it down the lines, or maybe not, who knows. And it does cost more money. What will it help with? Well, it'll probably help with resale value. I think that resale value will be slightly higher on trucks with the moonroof, especially on like XLTs, because it's going to make an XLT seem and feel more like a Lariat. On higher models like Platinums and Limiteds, I don't know if it'll make as big a difference as it would on a lower model truck. With that being said, will it make a big enough difference? Probably not noticeable. It really comes down to your personal preference. I'm the type of guy who has always seen these in trucks. I always felt like, oh man, I wish I had that. So, I just went for it. I said, screw it, we're gonna get it in the trucks. Okay, so my final answer on if the moonroof is worth it. Well, if it is something that you've always seen and it's something you always thought was nice and will really class up your vehicle, go for it. If it's something that you're on the bridge about, right, on the fence about, and don't really know yes or no, I just say go without it, because it's really not that big a deal. And even someone who wants to use it all the time will probably only be using it for like, I don't know, not even 10%, probably like 2% of the truck's entire life. Also, to consideration, your environment where you live. Is it freezing where you live? Is it hot where you live? Does it rain a lot? Like if you live in Seattle, you're probably not going to want this. Oh, maybe you do. Maybe you just want to see the rain on it. But you're not going to be able to use it all that much. So take in mind your environment and if you'll actually be able to use it a lot. Something else I didn't really talk about, but just came to me. If you live in an environment that snows a lot, I mean a lot, you probably don't want to get one, especially if you park your truck outside. And the reason being is all the weight on top of this I think will screw with it. I don't know, and only time will tell, but I'm willing to bet like the weight of 6 to 8 inches or a foot of snow being on top of it, like long term, screw with the mechanics. So if you live in an area with a lot of heavy snow, probably go without it. Overall, guys, do you guys have the moonroof in your F-150? If you do, let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. Maybe you'll help some people make that choice for them and their truck. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing. It means a lot to me. Please like, comment, share, do all the things you know how to do, and I'll see you next time. Peace.